Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of my reaction to Disturbed performing their cover of The Sound of Silence, the original by Simon and Garfunkel. This was a performance on Conan that I had a lot of requests after I reacted to the music video to come and listen to this, and that this is like the performance of this song. And wow, is it? It was absolutely stunning. If the reason I've done this as a part 1 and part 2 is I fear that with it being a Conan O'Brien concert, that the first reaction might get blocked. So if it has been blocked, or if I have just released this and it got blocked straight away or whatever, then best thing to do, I would say, is go and watch this video now. Disturbed, The Sound of Silence, Conan on TBS. Check it out and then head back over to this video and join the chat, I guess. About what you thought of it. So the first thing I'd like to kind of highlight is, I think one of the reasons why this cover blew up the way it did, there are many reasons, but one of them, I think that metal as a genre where Disturbed firmly kind of, sit as a band, right? They're a metal band and they've been around for a long time, and they're, they're rooted in metal. They're like a classic metal band, right? But I think there's a lot of kind of stigma around the genre, and a lot of people, your sort of average people, normal people, your normies, probably don't really rate it or see it as music at all. You know what I mean? It's just, oh, it's just a load of people shouting and screaming and like just atonal noise. There's still a lot of people out there who kind of think that and who don't really appreciate the talent of a metal singer, a metal guitarist, a metal drummer, a metal bassist. They just these noisemakers, you know what I mean? So I think an aspect of why this was so big is you got this kind of metal band come out called Disturbed, and they perform, and it's spine-chillingly beautiful, and every member of the band demonstrates that they are of an extremely high caliber. He's an incredible vocalist that deserves an orchestra behind him. And I think that would be a big clash for most people. Like, what, a metal singer with an orchestra, classical music with metal? How can this be? Can they even sing, a metal singer? So I think that is a part of it, that they came out and did this, and the mainstream world, I suppose, kind of watched and went, oh my God, like, what an amazing vocalist. And then he kind of goes into the more sort of pushed, kind of raspy, screamy style. But it's not too much. It'll be palatable to people, but also kind of demonstrating, look, I can do more than just sing, I can do this, and it's beautiful, It's not just noise, it's something that involves a lot of talent, and there's a lot of, it's art, So I just wanted to kind of say that first, because as I was watching, I was like, this is something I kind of take for granted in a way, because I'm such a big fan of metal. I think it is worth mentioning that maybe most people aren't, and a lot of people don't know the musicality of the genre, So I think that's an important thing to mention. But this song being covered by Disturbed like this, I don't want to repeat what I said in my first reaction to Disturbed. Please head over and check that out. I talked in that video about my experiences in Afghanistan, working with musicians over there as a composer, and how music was sort of, at the time I went in 2017, it wasn't illegal, but it kind of was. It was massively frowned on. You could get in a lot of trouble for it. You could get very badly hurt or worse for even listening to music, but playing music, even more so owning an instrument or something like that, particularly if you were a female. So I go into that more. I mean, obviously now music is completely illegal in Afghanistan, and it's musicians are all in hiding, you know, and instruments are hidden and buried, and it's silent. And so when I heard this cover for the first time, I thought to that, and that was the kind of sentiment behind my initial reaction. So please do head over and listen to that as well if you'd like to hear me talk more on that. But for this video, I want to kind of, this is my second listen to the cover, seeing it performed live. There's other things to talk about as well. And I think an interesting thing about this song is when it was written by Simon and Garfunkel, you know, there was a lot going on, like politically then, and there was war and, you know, Vietnam and everything, and it was made at a time when there was kind of like hope, and it was a warning, you know, that the song was a warning, and we're on the other side of the warning that came true now in 2025, I feel. And so much has happened since the original was written. I mean, war is ever thus, and it's always been there. And you know, I'm not saying that things are worse now than they've ever been. They're certainly not. They're like, you know, but the world is in a very strange time. And I feel that the song has kind of taken on new meaning when performed by Disturbed. You know, like now it's like it's happened. And I think it's more of a wake-up call to try and put things back together, you know. Music, I think, is the answer. Art is the answer. Communication. I think because music, I guess what I'm saying is, sorry, these reactions are always one taken off the cuff. I never really plan what I'm going to say at all or anything like that. I just kind of watch the music and just say whatever comes into my head. So please do excuse me if every now and then I'm like, gathering my thoughts, you know. I feel like the world is more polarized than it's ever been. It's, you know, left and right, blue and red, whatever it is. There's so much division, and it's in every country. It's not just America. It's not just England. It's happening all over the world. And as well as that, what's happening all over the world is countries seem to be more and more kind of insular and thinking about themselves rather than thinking on a global scale. It's almost a kind of backlash to what's been going on through my lifetime. I'm 33 now, and throughout my life it seemed globalization, you know, is what I've kind of seen growing up. And I was very much behind that. I love to travel. I love to meet people all over the world. And what I've learned from my traveling around the world is that people are people. People are all the same. Most people are good. There's a few bad eggs that are very, very loud and make you feel like everybody's bad, but it's not the case. And even with people who you may see as the enemy, who have different political beliefs than you or whatever, and you tar them with a brush, those people are probably very nice. They just have different perspectives and have maybe been misled in some way, or maybe they have a belief that, but they actually want the same things, but they think there's a different way of getting there, you know. But for the most part, I've found all over the world, from Afghanistan to Alabama to London to wherever, you know, people enjoy eating food together. People enjoy having a laugh. People are people, you know. And I think that music has a very unique power in that it brings people together in a sense of you're all hearing the same thing, and it's kind of deciphering what you're hearing and sharing in that moment together. And as musicians, we're able to kind of communicate. And I think music is a way of sort of transcending politics and transcending fighting and war, and can bring everybody together, you know. And I feel that that's the message of this, isn't it? Is like, we need to stop focusing on our differences as globally, and start focusing on our similarities and what brings us together, and try and put an end to this constant division and infighting and all around the world, and just imagine a world where we're all on the same page as much as we possibly can be, where we just take war off the table, and just get back to humanity. I think art is the road to humanity, and war is the road away from it. That was an absolutely incredible performance. The drum sound was fantastic. He had some sort of some dum-dums there, the official term. And the guitar playing was sensational, the orchestra, it was beautiful, but the vocals, they really, really shone, and really felt it in your heart and in your gut, in the back of your throat, right? It's that kind of like tightness of just the beauty of it. Yeah, it was emotional. Thank you so much for all of you who told me to go and watch this and do a reaction to it. I'm very, very grateful for that request, and I'm very, very glad I took you up on it. It was something really, really incredible. If you enjoy my reaction videos, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like early access, I've got membership for $5 a month, and if you'd like to make a request, I have a buy me a coffee. Let me know what you'd like to react to next, and let me know in the comments if what resonated with you about this song. You know, I know there's a lot here, and I think I've barely scratched the surface with my sort of immediate reaction to it. It's my second time hearing this cover, you know, but this is what's kind of come to me so far. But I'm sure there are a lot of you out there that could really give me some deeper insight into it, and get me thinking even more. So I'd really, really appreciate that, to kind of keep this discussion going in the comments. And yeah, let's all come together, everybody. As always, take care, peace and love.